Hi, in this video I will be showing you the 13 small editor workflow tips that will further enhance your work process and speed up your workflow. The first one is you can also paste the game object as a child from the context menu. Before that, take a look how the normal copy paste works. Right click on this game object and click on paste, and it pastes at the same level of this game object. Or we can drag and drop inside this game object to make it a child. Or what we can do is right click on it, paste it as child. By this it directly make the object as a child. And that was about paste as child. Number 2. How constantly we can observe or view any movable game object. Enter the play mode and open the scene window. In this example, I want to observe the behavior of the player cube. I can use F shortcut key to frame the selected object in the scene view. This now handles more object types and does a better job for framing them. If I keep pressing F, this is how it looks. Or what we can do is press Shift plus F to lock onto the selected game object that is moving. So this way we can see the behavior of our moving game objects. Pressing Shift F again. And that was all about focusing on moving object. Number 3. We can view the 3D model, UVs, normals and other mesh related information right inside the inspector, and also the vertices and triangles of that 3D model. Click on 3D models, and using these 4 tabs you can view the basic information of the 3D model. First tab have the model related information, and second is for the rig, and in the third we have animation, and in the fourth we have a material related information. You can click on this button to view the model in more depth, and you will see the different key components of this 3D model. For now we are more interested in the mesh part of this model. Reducing this knob to view in the list view. Here we have different mesh information, vertices, indices, skeins and other. Making more space for this window so we can have a better look. By clicking on the wireframe button, we can turn on and off the wireframes. For now, I want the wireframes. You can click here to open the different option for this mesh and select the UV checker. And using this knob, you can change the check size. Open the list again, and this time select UV layout. And this is the layout of this mesh. Open the list and now select normals. And now selecting tangents. And this is how it looks. Going back to shaded view, and this was all about the mesh different informations, and it really helps to understand your 3D model for your project. If you are working on a mobile project, and it really helps to understand is it a low poly model that fits in your project. At number 4, now we have improved inspector to preview for 3D textures such as volumetric render, 3D textures, slices and sign distance field. Converting my texture to 3D. Click on apply. Now we have converted our texture to a 3D one. This one is a bit heavy to preview. Here I'm trying to move it around. Using this knob we can change the alpha of this texture. Changing back its angle to the front. So that was a quick overview of inspector preview for the 3D textures. And next we have number 5. We can use layers menu to toggle off visibility of any layers such as UI or that may obscure your scene view. Local layer to avoid changing its state accidentally. You can open the list of layers by clicking on this drop down button. Clicking on the eye icon in front of nothing to show nothing in the scene. Clicking here to show everything back. Turning off default layer, showing me almost nothing because everything is on default layer. For now, having the default layer on, let me find the right angle to view the UI in our scene. So we will turn off the UI to see the impact. Disabling and enabling the UI layer. In this scene, everything is at default layer. For the testing purpose, I will be changing the wall layer to ground and then I will disable the ground layer. Select the wall and click on ground layer. Select yes to affect the children's. And now open the layers and disable the ground layer. We have all the game objects enabled except the ground layer, assigning the ground layer to one more part of the wall. Disable the ground layer again and see the effect. This way we can handle the game objects as a category. It's recommended to add layers to everything. Every light should have the lighting layer and ground have the ground layer. Then it make it very easy to explore different part of the level. That's it for the layers. Now we have number 6. If we have the finalized layer of the objects, now we will see how we can lock them so we can avoid accidental changes. By default, I can select different objects and can make changes in them. Selecting this wall block and moving it around. By default, this wall of chunk is at layer default. Now I'm going to lock the ground layer. I will still be able to move around the wall because it's not in that ground layer. Let's try changing it to ground layer and select yes. Now we are not able to select all the objects that are in the ground layer. But I can select all the objects that are in the other layers. Using the layer locking, we can avoid the accidental changes. It is very helpful on a complex level design. And that's it for the layer locking. At number 7, we have selections. If you select the same object in your scene more frequently, we can use the selections. Selecting structured game object, go to edit and then selection and then select the first. Save selection 1. Clicking here to deselect everything. Now press option command 1 to select the selection 1 that we have saved recently. And now for the second selection, I'm going to save the line object. Selecting the lines, go to edit and select selection and save selection 2. In the selection menu, all the commands are written in front of each selection. This time saving the water plane at the selection 3. Now we have saved 3 selections and we can quickly access them using option command 1, 2 and 3. We can also select them manually by going to selection menu and click on load selection 2. It's a very rapid way of selection. And getting used to the command is really boost up your working process. And that was a quick overview of the frequent selection. At number 8, we have numbering scheme for the duplicate objects. And this is the default way Unity assigns numbers to the duplicate objects. In the braces, we have 1, 2, 3 and so on. We can modify this by going to project setting and select the editor. I'm docking it here beside the games. Selecting the editor and at the very bottom you see the numbering scheme. Here we have 3 types of numbering. Selecting the second one, and now when we are duplicating the game object we see dot 1, dot 2, 3 and 4. Let's also try the third scheme. Duplicating and we have underscore 1, 2, 3, 4. Selecting the second scheme again, and we also have an option of game object digits. Using this we can further modify the numbering system. I will be making it 2 so we can have 2 digits after the dot. Duplicating the objects and we have dot 01, dot 02, dot 03. And the same way we can extend it up to 5 digits. Now we'll be duplicating, we will be having a 0.0001 and so on. That's it for the numbering scheme. At number 9, we have tagging the object editor only. Use the editor only tag to designate the game objects that will not appear in a build of the application. Selecting a game object corner wall 4 and randomly repositioning it and making it editor only, as I'm using this object only for the experiment purpose, and it will not show in your final build, and that's it for the editor only tag. And number 10, we have Unity editor color in the play mode. Click on Unity, open preference and select the colors. And here we have a player mode color and we can change it. Click on the color bar to open the color panel. Select your desired color and close the panel. And there are tons of other options. You can change their colors as you want. For more color experiment, I'm keeping the preference window here. Click on the play button to enter the play mode. As you can see, as we enter into the play mode, Unity editor color has changed to red that we have selected recently. It's kind of giving us an alert that you are in the play mode. And be active if you are making changes, you might lose the changes. Let's try a few other colors. That's it for the colors, and at number 11 we have copying the values when we are in the play mode. Select your game object, copy the transform component, and the second way is you can drag and drop the player cube into the project view to make a prefab of it, and then later we can get the values out of the prefab, as prefab will stay even after we exit the play mode. And the transform component we have copied during the play mode, we can paste it like here, paste component values. That's it for the copying values. At number 12 we have align with view. Select your desired angle in the scene window and we will match the camera with that angle. Go to GameObject and click on align with view. Now we have camera is looking at exactly the angle we have in the scene window. We can also match the view according to the object we have selected. Go to GameObject and select align view to selected, as now it is aligned according to the object we have selected. That's it for the align with view. At number 13 we have Unity editor layouts. Click here and select 2x3 to change the overall layout of the Unity editor. Every layout of this editor is useful. You can change the layout according to your project need. After selecting a specific layout, even we can further customize it according to our need. Let's try another layout for split. Mainly it have 4 windows on the left side. It can be useful in many situations, especially when you want to see any game object from different angles. In the project window, if you want to see the assets in the list view, you can reduce this knob. Opening the default editor layout. In my previous videos, mostly you have seen this layout. Opening the tall layout. Personally, I like to work in this layout. Maybe I guess because I get more space to work on the scene. In this layout, the inspector window, hierarchy, and project windows are much closer to each other. And it saves me a time of moving cursor from left side to the right side. And when I need to assign something, it gives me the less travel time. Open the layout and now let's try the white one. Further, we can also customize the layout and we can save our customized layout. Let's customize it and then we will save it. We are done with our layout and now it's time to save the layout. Click on this button and click on Save Layout. Enter the name of the layout and click Save. Now before selecting our customized layout, I will be randomly shifting this layout. Opening the layout list and select default. This is the default. Now select my layout. So that is our customized layout we recently saved. We can also save the layout to the file and then we can re-import into the other project to reutilize it. And this is the view of loading layout from the file. Click on load layout from the file. Click the file and select open, it will load the layout from the file. We can also delete the layouts by going to delete layout and select the layout to delete. Click on delete and my layout is gone. And by chance, if you did a lot of mess with the layouts, you can always reset all the layouts and select continue. And that's it for the layouts. In this video, we have seen multiple techniques to enhance and speed up your work process. These were a small enhancement, but in a combination, they are very powerful. I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. Thank you for watching and I see you in the next.